All right, let's start the meeting. We'll start the meeting of the Pheasants Forever Banquet. Kevin Brewster is going to give a little explanation of the $1,500 grant.
All right, like Kevin said, my name is Kevin Brewster. I'm here on behalf of the Pheasants Forever. Appreciate all you guys' support in the past, and some things that we've got going on this year and stuff. We just had our youth pheasant hunt last weekend. We had, I think there was 17 kids in there, and we had it over at the old Rooster Roost Ranch. We released quite a few birds, and what we did is we go out and try to get 12, 13-year-old hunters and stuff that are new, that have taken a safety education course for firearms. They did that 2 weeks ago, and so we took flyers and stuff out there and handed them out that they could get a hold of us, and we would treat them to a hunt. And so we had the kids out there in the morning about 9:30, and we go through a safety, little safety talk with them and stuff, and then we shoot some clay pigeons, and we have the trap all lined up out there, and then we feed them subs and pizza and stuff, and then after that we have a hunt, and the kids, they really enjoy it. And we also do with the Pheasants Forever and stuff, we have the youth state trap shoot, and so we help sponsor that. We did a Bartholomew clinic this spring. What's that? Bartholo, yeah, clinic, and so we had kids from all over. I mean, we had kids from Illinois, there's kids from Nebraska, from Iowa. It was a pretty big turnout and stuff. The weekend didn't cooperate. It was kind of rainy that day, but we still had a good turnout. And again, like with Pheasants Forever and stuff, trying to improve the habitat in and around Mitchell. We've got our CB Habitat program that we put $150,000 into, and that was to get walk-in areas for people to hunt, and within a 35-mile radius of Mitchell. And we've got 2,200 acres in that right now, and we've spent about $97,000 already. So that's only the first half payments, so it's going to end up being over a $200,000 project by the time we're done with it, because our second half payments are starting to come out right now. We've upped our tree planting program and stuff, and so we increased that with the amount of trees and stuff that are being taken out and stuff. We've increased the tree program, and what we did is we kind of, I guess we tiered it or whatever, so now if you plant like 3 or 4 rows of trees or whatever, you get like 750. If you plant 5 or 6, you get 1,500. And so if they plant up to 8 rows of trees or whatever, 8 to 12, then we give them $2,000 an acre. And we had 5 tree contracts and stuff come in last year alone, so that's picking up and stuff. And we do all of our seed giveaways and stuff in the spring, but our big banquet is the Friday night before pheasant season opener, and it's just right around the corner here. Another week or so we'll be getting Corn Palace will be turned into a hunting expo. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or whatever, we appreciate your guys' support in the past, and hope to keep filling the hotel rooms and in Mitchell and bringing hunters into the area.
Kevin, just to clarify, this $1,500 would be for the youth.
Correct.
Activities?
Yep.
Because I know we used to subsidize the banquet, that changed.
Yep.
And this group was more about the youth.
Yep, and we put it into the youth budget. We have about 12 to 15,000 that we put into that we allocate just for the youth every year and stuff, and we help out with the Mitchell youth area shooting sports and stuff with shells, with targets and stuff to keep these kids going. And like I said, sponsoring the state trap shoot and the clinics and stuff. And yep.
Any more questions? Thank you.
You must have
All
done
right.
good.
All right.
Go to the approval of minutes, September 12th meeting. Question? You have a question, Brian? Oh, approval? We got a motion by Brian. Okay. Got all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against nay? Motion passed. Financial report.
Okay, financials as of October 3rd. So a fund balance of $73,633.02. Again, we removed the 4 already committed checks. That brings us to a current available balance of $29,633.02. Collected in September for August records would be $26,449.50. We do have 3 that are past due for that. Currently, with year-to-date, as far as number of hotel rooms sold, the bid collections of 165,988 equates to 110,659 hotel rooms. And if we do a year-to-date comparison to 2022, down 4.7%, which is roughly just over 5,000 hotel rooms. Compared to 2021, down 2.5%, which is roughly 2,700 hotel rooms. Compared to 2020, up 28.7%. 2019, down 2.8%. And 2018, down 2.4%. I just wanted to share, so the dollar collection is going to end here October 31st. All hotels are going to be notified, I believe, via email, and a letter will be sent out to them. And going forward until hopefully the end of the year, they will have the opportunity to do voluntary collection of the dollar. That would go strictly to SEA.
So the whole $1.50 would go?
Yes, obviously, so the 50 cents will continue
Right.
to the end of the year. And then the dollar has been reached, so that'll go through the end of October 31st. And then the last 2 collections, it'll be voluntary for the hotels to collect that dollar, and then that dollar will go towards SEA as well as the additional 50 cents.
And then it goes up to the $2 when?
That's still in the second hearing.
All depends.
First of January technically.
But
Well, that's what I
Yeah,
thought, but I just wanted to clarify that that's.
Then SE will probably get the majority of the $2, hopefully.
Aaron, I don't know if you could, if it's something that you can do or not, but if, when they send that letter out to the motels, somehow we need Michelle Bapty to write up a letter stating what the bid will go to, the $2. Because the hoteliers need to get it out to all the third party.
for computer software, you're saying?
Yeah, because everybody, if Expedia's booking stuff now for next year, everybody, all the hotels are gonna get shorted.
Short of 50 cents.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the reason, so I talked with Stephanie and Michelle this morning. I was hoping Stephanie would be here, but I think she had a meeting still. She was hoping to be here, but, so that's why the voluntary submittal of the dollar will go till the end of the year, just because of the difficulty with hotel software as far as adjusting that.
The hotel software is not so bad, it's getting the third parties. to do it.
Right, that's kind of what I was,
I've got one of them won't even do the $1.50 on their system.
So you're looking, I don't know if she'll include that with this initial letter, but you're looking for,
Just a letter from the finance officer stating what the tax base is for Mitchell Hotels, so that we can send that into the
January 1st.
hotel.com, that kind of stuff.
okay.
Because they'll want to see proof that our tax base has changed.
and because they book so far in advance. You don't want hoteliers, the ones having to eat that extra.
Okay.
But do you, or do you just, or do you turn over just what you've collected?
The hotels,
Eat it.
can't collect.
You can't collect it if it's
it's
reservations
third party.
made now for July of '24, and they collect $1.50 ahead of time. You're out there.
Because they're normally prepaid, so they collected that amount.
They pay them with
I guarantee you,
credit cards, and
they're not gonna take it out of their part.
Right, but do you owe for what you didn't collect, even though you guys?
There's just a set amount that that doesn't change in your taxes. It's set whatever.
True,
like,
you still owe.
Ours is $350
It's
because
still a
of the
taxpayer.
conference center, so it's set in there.
In my mind, I was looking at it as a transfer to the city, but no, it's a tax payment, so it's something that's in the records.
So yes, I'll touch base with Michelle and Stephanie about that request as well, so we can keep the process rolling smoothly.
So we have a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Dave, second by Tim. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Against, nay. Motion passed. You got some valuation forms?
We do. So Mitchell Baseball submitted for their 4 youth tournaments that they had this summer. Would be the early bird on May 6th. I think the teener tournament was in there, second and third. The Harves and Wilson, June 17th. And then the state youth, the 14th, 15th, and 16th of July. 33 teams for the early bird, 22 for the Harv Wilson, and then the state youth, 42. Hotel rooms, he wasn't sure. I know he commented that majority of the teams that they played in, all 3 of them. And I know just based on some reports, that weekend of the state youth, as far as hotel numbers, I think we had to be pretty close to full capacity throughout the city. We awarded them $6,000. That would have been to be used throughout the 4 tournaments. Those were used to pay for umpires and hospitality room. And then profits that they receive just helps with the day-to-day operation of Mitchell Baseball, as well as improvements to Cadwell Park. So they did submit financials for each tournament. Early bird tournament, profit of $3,700. Teener tournament, profit of $50. The Harves Wilson, $1,525. And then the winner of them all, state youth, great turnout, profit of $39,656. I'll just jump right into, unless there's discussion or feedback.
We won't have the state youth next year. It's every other, just to let you know.
You think they'll still do early bird and Harv's?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the state.
Right. We're awarded that, it's kind of like in between Mitchell and Brandy. Mitchell and Brandon, alternating year basis right now currently.
Did that recently change? Wasn't it always in Mitchell?
We do
Did that
this.
recently change
What's that?
for that one, for the state youth?
Youth,
Yeah.
did they change what, I'm sorry?
Didn't Mitchell always have that? Was that a recent change?
We've had it like 2 or 3 years in a row a couple times, and then it went to Brandon, but,
And I think, excuse me, I didn't interrupt, but didn't we have a split one time
A's and B's.
also where it went like 10 and under was here and 11 and
yeah,
12
we
was
did
there,
do
or
that.
vice
We did do
versa?
that. There's basically only 2 places that they feel that can handle it, and that's Mitchell and Brandon Valley. And I don't know, I really don't know why we had it those 2 and 3 years in a row, and Brandon only had a 1, but as it is right now, it's alternating deal. But they got,
Parking in Brandon is awful.
well, you know, the state amateur's moving there next year too.
To Brandon?
Yeah.
That's where the state
Not
amateurs
next
is
year,
gonna be?
2025.
I hate that parking.
Yeah, the parking in Brandon Valley is terrible for all that kind of stuff. And the guy, the state director for youth baseball is from Brandon. And with the tournaments in Mitchell, he doesn't even show up because he knows it's gonna be organized and well run, so that's kind of why we got a good relationship with him, but it's a one-on-one deal, so. But it's a huge tournament. I mean, I realize, you know, it's July and hotels are pretty much full anyway, but it's gonna guarantee. Yeah, Brandon for the youth tournament.
No stipends.
For 2025, State Legion, is that potential,
State amateur,
Well,
possibly the
was
state
State
league
Legion
and
was-
all that.
okay, able to maybe slip that in the year we don't have state amateur
Yeah,
25.
in 25? Okay. And that's,
And we've
that'll be
got
long.
the amateur back in 26. For this one year as of right now, yeah. Yeah, we think the amateur going to Brandon is gonna be a good thing for us, because they're gonna realize how good they have it here as far as parking facilities and all that kind of stuff.
And we'll tell, Brandon it is too.
Yeah, I know, I kinda consider Brandon Sioux Falls the same.
Okay, we did have 2 surveys that got submitted. One was from the South Dakota Music Education Association. Julie Berger submitted this on behalf of Mike Bossman, president for that. I know in 2022, we hosted the middle school all-state band. And we usually have, the Performing Arts usually hosts some sort of branch off the tree for their association as far as a music event.
We've got it again in 24 March.
And then 301 Rods also submitted theirs as well.
That turned out to be better we can't put in before.
We've been getting some timely but untimely rain for events, yes. I'll just touch on here, banners on display. So this one would be the State Disc Golf. Get a better picture there. That's the first tee pad that they had set up there at Dry Run Creek. This would be the initial setup that we put a banner for Special Olympics. Friday they had bocce ball. Saturday was rained out. They continued their events on Sunday. Outcast Car Show, got that banner put on Steve's car there right by the registration.
You hammered on that vehicle?
No, I did not.
Construction adhesive.
I think I was a little outnumbered there if I would have did anything wrong. So that would have been, the camper was over to the right, the registration camper that they had set up in the Vern ID parking lot. And this would have been bright and early Sunday morning. The Kiwanis Half Marathon and Relay. Start and finish line takes place right in here as well. I just want to wrap up here. So I guess going forward each meeting, I'm just going to highlight some of the upcoming events that we have going on throughout Mitchell from now until our next meeting. I'll actually go back to the agenda here. So if you actually click on the link, it'll take you to kind of the flyer page or more information about that event. But we have this coming weekend, the ACT Area Community Theaters doing the On Golden Pond, Friday and Saturday nights at 7:30, Sunday at 2 p.m. Also this weekend, we have the VFW Chili Cook-Off behind the VFW at noon to 4, $5 per cup. Dr. Christensen said live music, raffles, and then he talked about some of the news media being over here as well. Pheasants Forever in a couple weeks, the banquet, October 20th, doors open at 5, dinner's at 7:30 here at the Corn Palace. The Breed Life Foundation event, so the doors open for 6 at this, entertainment starts at 7:30. So this is something new this year. This is a part of the Paralyzed Veterans of America. They're going to be doing a free hunt for wounded veterans in wheelchairs on Saturday. And then this would be your after party here at the Corn Palace. Olivia Faye, she must have been on American Idol. And then Katie Muntz and the rock band Minority Falls from Sioux Falls be taking place. Doug, you want to add anything to that?
It's just a promoter from out of California is partnering with a guy who's done these in Sioux Falls for the paralyzed veterans. So I think he hired a professional organizer But yeah, it's just a music show, if you will. VIP tables on the floor and then general admission seating. Talk to one guy, he said, oh my gosh, I'll be disappointed if we don't have 1,500 people. Well, I know how hard I worked to get 1,000 for a festival concert for a $25 ticket, you know? So I wish I could share their enthusiasm, but they're trying to take advantage of this large group of hunters in town, giving them something to do Saturday night when they come back. So timing is really good. You know, we hope, I mean, tickets are up on sale. We're promoting it obviously in our social media, but we're just the host for the event.
How much are the tickets?
25 and 50. VIP is a floor, a table of 8, basically. You can do that. There is also looking for some sponsors. But right in front of the stage is 50. General admission in the raised section is $25. And yeah, it'll be 3 hours of 2.5 hours of music.
Do they have any flyers out?
He's got posters. He just purchased radio time, I know. He's doing something with the Republic.
California.
Yeah. Chris Breed is his name. He does fundraising events for this foundation. The Chris Breed Foundation is called Breed Life, and he is involved with these paralyzed veterans organizations around the country. So this just happens to be the South Dakota
What's the
version.
band cost and stuff?
I have no idea. Yep. They haven't asked for any support, you know, obviously we are promoting it in-house. You know, we have posters up in our facility, but he's doing his outside advertising. But yeah, it'll be new. There is one thing that's going on the same day is the Johnny Cash show is a matinee at 2 o'clock over at the ACT. That's aimed at the 21st. So.
Thank you. October 21st and 22nd at the Highland Conference Center, the Heartland Guild Quilt Show, Saturday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Sunday 10 to 4. Following week there, the 24th through the 26th is the South Dakota Planners Association. So these next two events, as you can see, kind of see they're bolded. That would mean SEA supported and awarded some sort of funding for the event as well. The South Dakota Planners Association's annual conference, right now they show 63 registered for that conference. The Palace City 8-Ball Open, October 27th through the 28th. On the discussion board, they did up their numbers from 32 to 48 as far as number of players. Right now they have 37 that are signed up and paid, with a couple weeks left to go. November 4th, Palace City Robot Rumble here at the Corn Palace, middle and high school, starting at 9 a.m. November 3rd through the 5th, and following weekend, 10th through the 12th, DW, their Black Box Theater in the Dakota Discovery Museum is hosting Hedda Gabler. Showtimes the 3rd, 4th, 10th, and 11th at 7:30, and then November 5th and 12th at 2 p.m. And lastly, November 11th, Veterans Day, VFW Dr. Christensen celebration out at the 4-H grounds at 10 a.m., meal at 11:30, a short program at noon, and then back to the VFW for a longer presentation on the Battle of the Little Bighorn. So again, I'll, I guess, keep doing this, just highlight a few events that we have from in between our SEA meetings. Majority of them can be found mitchellsd.com. The chamber there, they have their events calendar. If you can give me another minute here. So I met with Coach Reinhardt yesterday. He's the DW soccer coach. He confirmed the indoor futsal, the soccer tournament. It's going to be February 23rd through the 25th. He was very confident as far as now that him and Coach Hackery have a better understanding of it, be able to get it back to where it was as far as getting teams and players here as well. And then the youth summer tournament. It'll be sometime in May of 2024. That'll be out at the Pepsi Cola complex. The biggest thing, they need to wait till about December is when the state association, I guess, releases their events calendar. So he just wants to make sure it doesn't overlap with another, youth soccer tournament that's going on in that month of May. He chose May because he's trying to, I guess you'd say, kill two birds with one stone. He's trying to keep as many of his students and student athletes here on campus to be able to help with referees, volunteers, kind of the organization of it. And that would be a Friday evening through a Sunday. It'd be U10 through U18. And I asked him just what he felt would be a successful event. He's hoping, both him and John are hoping for 80 to 100 teams. Now, again, obviously.
What had it been a couple of years ago when it was at the high? Was that about it? 100 teams when it was at the high end?
So the futsal one, yeah, these are two different ones.
Oh, I see.
So this will be the indoor one. It was down 50, 60 teams this year after,
120, 130 teams typically.
That's what it used
yeah,
to be?
for the indoor
Used to
one.
fill the town up, didn't it?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And then this will be an outdoor one.
All right, okay.
That's going to utilize the north side of town with the soccer complex. So 80 to 100 teams, that'd be 8 teams per bracket. Again, a Friday evening through a Sunday.
Do you have the date on it?
No, they wrap up their season here within the month, and then once the state association releases their calendar, they're going to pick a date and start getting teams and hopefully a couple sponsors. And
They still have enough room at the soccer complex with the rodeo thing?
yep, still got 9 fields.
Were those just practice fields that you took over?
I don't even think they use that.
And
They
we're
use,
gonna-
I think they use 1 or 2 fields. Oh, and I did want to share, so a little souvenir for the disc golf. Casey Muhlenberg, Casey Muhlenberg brought by, Carrie Muhlenberg, sorry, brought by. So each hole had a sponsor, and we had our own hole sponsor, along with our logo there, and then he provided.
You got room in your office?
He's gonna need a bigger office if you keep it.
So he'll provide an evaluation form and financials. They had 100 players come in. Again, the weather was, timely rain, but untimely. He wasn't able to use some of the features that they had added to the course for this tournament because of the moisture, but he sounded fairly confident about the success of it. He says hopefully it'll increase and kind of lead to a higher impact with their Mitchell Open that they usually have. I think that's all I
Anything
got. I don't think so.
I'm gonna shut the